So we do have an incredible situation here, and I'm contemplating what we have learned, what can be learned from this insanity with the ICE shooting of Renee Good. It's not really the shooting that's the interesting part. This woman tried to kill a man with her car in an effort to evade being held accountable for breaking the law. That's not the part that's more interesting is the reaction to it. And what we're seeing are lies. And again, we run into the part of the story where I put my cards on the table and I admit my own shortcoming here. It's not really a shortcoming, it's actually a humble brag. But I thought people cared about the truth as much as I do. I thought that they valued it. I thought that if you weren't living in accordance with reality or the truth, that this would be seen as a non-legitimate option, as in inferior, as in dishonorable, as in you're a crazy person and you're self-deluded. It's not noble, it's not valuable to me, it's just insane, actually. And, I ran into this with religion, and with all due respect to the religious, you're totally and completely wrong. And you're living your life based off a self-delusion. It's a lie, okay? There is no Jesus. He didn't rise from the dead. It didn't mean anything. The non-existent dude who didn't rise from the dead didn't absolve you of sins, which are also not a real thing. And you're not going to heaven, which also isn't a real thing. So all of it is a lie. There were no miracles. There was no virgin birth, etc., etc. You believe this lie. You operate in a world where that lie is the truth. You do not live in accordance with reality. What to me is a non-starter, and I find to be disgraceful and shameful, you have signed up to. Okay? This happens all the time with other things. So, people talk about wokeness being a religion. It is in many ways. The George Floyd thing, he was not choked to death by a white officer weighing 150 pounds who was on the upper part of his shoulder/neck. It was not a 12-minute choking of the guy. He overdosed on fentanyl. That's the truth of what happened there. Doesn't matter to people. It doesn't matter. All these people who are a part of the innocence fraud movement. Hey, this black guy actually did rape and murder that girl. It doesn't matter. No, I think he's innocent. It makes me feel better if he's innocent. It makes me feel better if I get to go to heaven and see all the dead people I love. And now, for the left, it makes them feel better to think that an ICE agent just randomly murdered a woman. For no reason, wasn't justified, he's evil, they are incredibly evil, Trump is evil, the right wing is evil. Perfect, now we have a villain, and now I can yell at that villain and say I'm better than the villain. So what I underestimated is the sheer power of delusion. Maybe I underestimated the need for, the meaning produced by delusion. This is storytelling. We put a lot of value in stories. I mean, maybe I should have looked there. When I look at, Shakespeare, I look at movies, I look at the biblical stories, the oral tradition. I wish I had more of an oral tradition in my life. What does it tell you? Humans like stories. Humans value stories. No one's sitting there fact-checking Jack and Jill. We hear stories all the time. We don't have the bandwidth to fact-check anything. If a story has value, it's gold. It's my favorite movie. It's my favorite book. It's a fictional thing. So be it, whatever, I love it. So we have the capacity to create value based off our imagination. And we don't care if it's tethered to reality. Okay, on a very deep level, we don't care. So once you've passed that sort of moment, then it's open season and you can just make up whatever you want. There's a different group of people that actually do care about what is true or false or what is real or not real. It's scientists and it's like atheists and just, people who are sane. They're a small group, but they are out there. And so let's bring it back to the story at hand here. This is what happened that day. These are 4 kind of key points, and this is linear time going from left to right. This woman, Renee Good, this lesbian, she was intentionally blocking the road to interfere with ICE. Okay, that's not really disputed. That's what they all said. The other people in the caravan that were doing the exact same thing said this. They had their little rape whistles. They were there to antagonize. They successfully antagonized ICE. So she was parked perpendicularly. I don't think I've ever said that word in my life, perpendicularly. In the street. She was told to get out of her car, out of her fucking car. Then she intentionally drove her SUV directly into a human being, and then she was shot because of it. Because the guy who she was driving over needed to defend his life. There seems to be an issue with language, and I always harp in on linguistics because it matters. When someone drives a car into a human being, it is very commonplace for that to be described as you ran over a guy. Now, we're not saying your tires, all 4 tires went over him. In other words, the person doesn't have to be prone and be rolled over upon for it to be you ran over someone. What we're referring to is when a car hits a human being, you ran into a human being, you ran over. We use these synonymously because the point is clear. You bashed a human being with your vehicle. Okay, the exact contortion of the flesh that happened after that is irrelevant. It's a shorthand way to say you drove a car into a human. There's many times this happens where the human just ricochets and flies away, or they fall over and they get rolled over, literally on top of. Okay, these are details that don't matter. The relevant point is a large multiple-tonned object was propelled into a human who is fragile, and it likely severely injured them or killed them. Many people survive being hit by a car. Okay, if the car is in a standstill and is accelerating in a rapid fashion, which is the case here, that will produce less of an injury, still incredibly dangerous, but less of an injury than if it had been going 60 miles an hour. But the first thing that I find interesting is that many people, many outlets, many people on the left, mainstream media, they've told this story in such a lying, bastardized way. It is truly astonishing and incredibly embarrassing that they think that they would get away with it. They will tell this story as she was shot. As in, an ICE agent murdered a woman. That is their viewing of the story. Some will say she was told to get out of her car, or they'll frame it as she was trying to get away. So they won't really mention that she was disobeying police commands. And I say police and ICE agent interchangeably because it's essentially the same thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're agents of the federal government who have authority to command you to do something. And if you don't agree with that, then okay, let's see how that turns out for you. Most, if not all, will not mention that she was intentionally there blocking to interfere with ICE. They will not mention this at all. So the entire context of who this person was and what she was doing, her motivation for being there, which is highly relevant, they won't mention it. And this one, they definitely will not mention. They won't mention it as if it didn't happen. She intentionally drove her SUV directly into a human being. It will not be mentioned, and therefore, none of this makes sense. Oh, wait a minute. Why shoot a person just for getting away? Why shoot a mom? Mention she had stuffed animals, anything like that. It just becomes totally bizarrely stupid. It's also pathetic. And also, this is a theory of mine. I think that my IQ is too high for dealing with other people. Like, I feel like I'm on the other side of the bell curve, the good side. And I feel like what I'm describing here is just another iteration of a higher IQ person trying to understand or explain how idiotic lower IQ people are. So I feel like I'm talking to a rabbit about how they suck at chess. So a lot of this feels pointless on my end, as in just accept that the rabbit is not going to have a strong chess game. You know, just like, it's not in the cars. No, but rabbit, look, you're not moving the pieces. Like, you got to move the pieces. Oh, God. So let's watch this event be described by some people, shall we?
Recall the story told by the President of the United States that the driver of the SUV violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. It is incorrect to say the ICE officer was run over.
Okay, there's the lie. There's the opening salvo lie. This is a guy, this was from like the New York Times or something, or MSNBC. This was a big production. They got a whitewashed Asian guy to come out here and Casual Friday to explain this to us. Hello. So how is it incorrect that she tried to run over an ICE agent? I mean, this is where we're faced with the choice of, do we seek out reality or the truth? Does that matter? Or do we gloss over it and just bullshit our way to the next phase, which is just to react to whatever the hell you just made up? So did Jesus rise from the dead? I'm saying no. There's no evidence. No, he didn't do that. So the next phase for me is to just be like, wow, that's stupid and didn't happen. For you, it's, you're going to center your life around the idea that you're going to go to heaven and beat death because Jesus beat death. Okay, so like, you're already off on that project. I stopped when it wasn't real and isn't true.
Because he wasn't. He's on his feet in front of the vehicle as the driver hits the gas.
He's on his feet. So now we're playing with language. He is taking a hyper-literal definition of run over to mean you have to be on your back to have been run over by a car. So like, okay, let's change the phrase run over to was impacted violently by a car. So a car hit him. Okay. So I'm sorry if the run over was too much of a layman's phrase for you and you kind of went autistically literal with it. Okay, he wasn't run over, he was hit by a car. Just like during 9/11, you know that thing where the airplanes went through the buildings? They didn't go through the buildings. They kind of went into the buildings and lodged in there and then exploded. So it wasn't, I don't think there was an exit wound. Maybe I'm wrong. And so now we have a bullshit game where when everyone knows, when you say someone ran somebody over with a car, we mean they just hit them with the car. And we're not going to sit here and go, well, they weren't on the ground, so therefore it doesn't count. That's ridiculous.
It is incorrect to say the ICE officer was run over, because he wasn't. He's on his feet in front of the vehicle as the driver hits the gas. He appears to almost jump out of the way, and by the time he's firing his second and third shots, he's clear of the vehicle's path.
He appears to almost jump out of the way, this guy says. What the fuck is he talking about? So this is the most gaslighting bullshit lie I've ever heard in my life. I'll play for you a clip of just what happened, and this is the relevant thing. This is the Clockwork Orange scene where I pin your eyelids open. And let's look at this on a loop several times. So that dude is a professional journalist who's telling us that this, what we're seeing here, is a guy jumping. He sort of jumped to the side. He is sliding on ice because he's being pushed by an SUV rapidly accelerating into him.
He's on his feet in front of the vehicle as the driver hits the gas. He appears to almost jump out of the way, and by the time he's firing his second and third shots, he's clear of the vehicle's path.
And if the angles were any different, that car would just have trampled over him and probably killed him, which had happened to him a few months prior. He had been dragged by a car and severely hurt. Now, if you can look at this, and they have looked at this, many people look at this, and they still don't think that she hit him with this car. We are still being lied to. And they'll come up with other versions. They'll say, well, she was trying to get away. And focus on that part. She was turning the wheel. She was trying to drive on the road. Yes, we get that she was trying to get away. The point is she hit this man while trying to get away. It's not an either or. So this is one of those moments in the conversation where you underscore it, you underline it. We are not going to go forward until you acknowledge that she hit this man with this car. Okay, so we're not falling for your red herring bullshit about run over. Oh, to run over someone, the tires have to go over the guy's body and he has to be on the ground. Ridiculous. She hit him with the car. He had every right to feel that his life was in danger. But according to our journalistic friend over here on the mainstream media, no, he just sort of jumped. He jumped. He jumped.
He's still standing, even as the driver loses control. And
okay, so now apparently there's a new precedent. The reason this dude said that sentence was because apparently you're not run over by a car if you end up standing. Or maybe you're not even hit by the car. That's what he's saying. He's jumped to the side. To be hit by the car means you can't stand afterwards. Apparently is a thought that he presented. It's totally insane. All right, he slid and was clearly hit by the car. The fact that he doesn't fall over is neither here nor there. It's totally ridiculous. In fact, any judgment of this dude's health and well-being after the fact is also irrelevant. In other words, she didn't have to hit him with the car. She did hit him with the car. If she had the intent and pointed her car at this guy and hit on the accelerator and was coming right at him, and then let's say he shot her and the car swerved and he didn't get hit by the car, it'd be the same situation. He would be justified for having shot her. So if a guy pulls a gun out, points it at you, he might be shot. Now, the question is, well, was the cop justified to shoot the guy who had pointed a gun at him? Yeah, he was. In every case, yes, he was. But wait a minute. Was he walking afterwards? Was he shot by the gun? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Let's say the criminal took a shot, but it missed. So now it doesn't count? It doesn't. The fact that she hit him is extra. The fact that she was pointing a car and driving at him is enough for him to feel endangered and feel like his life was threatened, because it was. So this is gaslighting. Stop bullshitting us, please.
Within seconds, he's walking towards the car after it's crashed.
And again, thanks for acknowledging that this guy is walking. What the hell does that mean? What does that prove? What does it establish? Hey, you know that criminal who took a shot at the cop and then missed? He missed him. That cop that got shot at was walking afterwards. Checkmate. He was walking, which means, and let's do the reverse engineering. Because that cop was walking, that means the shot didn't hit him, which means, here's the iffy part, which means that the criminal wasn't trying to shoot him. It also means the criminal didn't point a gun at him and take a shot. Well, how do we know that? Oh, well, because he was walking afterwards. He wasn't hit by the bullet. So again, this is low IQ argumentation that we're hearing here. None of this holds up to an instant of scrutiny.
What we can't be sure of at this point is whether he was actually clipped by the car.
We can't be sure. Yeah, maybe he teleported. I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not this ICE agent has the ability to teleport. Now, it's very tricky to understand this. He was standing directly in front of the car. We have multiple angles of it. It's been seen millions of times in the past few days. But there's no way to tell if he was clipped. And for some reason, the word clipped is now a thing. So I was clipped by a car? So there was a criminal. He took a shot at me. But did it hit you? No, it grazed me. Oh, it only grazed you? Yeah. So then you have no fear for your life. I mean, it grazed you. Oh, no, it turns out to have grazed me. I mean, he pointed the gun at me. Donald Trump was grazed by an assassin's bullet. Ah, so he wasn't really in mortal danger. No, he definitely was. It could have hit his brain. Oh, but it didn't hit his brain. No, it didn't. Oh, okay, so it just grazed him. So it's nothing to see here. No, there's everything to see here. So let's point out the obvious. It doesn't matter if he was hit, clipped, or run over by the car. If the car was coming directly at him and she was accelerating and she saw him, and she did, he was in mortal peril. Okay, that's the point. Now, it's extra and it's just like definitive that he was hit by the car. So it's like totally ludicrous to think that he wasn't justified or his fear of being hit by the car was unwarranted. That is a ludicrous claim because he actually was hit by the car. It's like saying Donald Trump should not have been concerned that some incel sniper had a rifle pointed at his head. He had no grounds for being concerned. Wait a minute, he does. He was hit by the sniper. No, but he wasn't hit. He was just grazed. So his life wasn't in danger from being grazed by a sniper? Like, this guy's trying to go from he wasn't run over, he was clipped. This is the same thing as saying, oh, the sniper didn't get a headshot on Trump, he just grazed him. As if there is a difference in these two scenarios that is relevant in any way. In both scenarios, the person's life is in danger and violence is being perpetrated upon them.
Trump's account is that the officer took time to recover in hospital, and he offered this video as proof that the officer was indeed hit. From this angle, it does seem possible that he was, but it's not conclusive. The video is so grainy, and honestly, it's hard to tell.
So just, I mean, utterly crazy, and just hiding behind, like, I don't know, this is the part of departure, like, this is the actual crux. If you're talking to someone who doesn't admit that he was hit by this car, or clipped by the car, or the car made contact with him and pushed him back, like an SUV was being accelerated rapidly and it launched into a human being. If you can't agree to that, there's no point in continuing. The person is obtuse, retarded, ideologically hell-bent on being blind to this, or just psychotic. Like, it's just, there's nothing beyond that.
It's hard to tell whether the compression of the zoom is just making it look like he was hit, or whether he was actually hit.
It's making it look like he was hit because he was hit. I think you're overthinking this. He was hit by the car. Unfucking-believable. And it wasn't just him. Other people have done this. Let's watch.
We have found a posted video of of ICE essentially murdering this woman. This took place probably within the past hour and a half. Car blocking ICE. The ICE told them to move, and
Here, wait a minute. Sam Cedar, he's telling the story. This is the oral tradition. We're narrative building here. She was blocking ICE. Okay, so he told the first part. Wow, kudos. She was told to leave. He just said that. Now we have two other parts here. She intentionally drove her SUV directly into a human being, and then she was shot. So let's see how he tells it.
the driver seems to be driving away.
Okay, so didn't mention that she was disobeying police commands, but okay.
The ICE thugs are to the side of the car. They're not in front of the car in any way.
Yes, there were two officers to the side of the car. There was one in front of the car. You didn't mention. Interesting.
They're on the side of the car, on the driver's side. We can see this quite clearly.
Yeah, there's one guy in front of the car.
They're on the side of the car, on the driver's side. We can see this quite clearly.
So he harped on that twice. He mentioned to the side of the car, side of the car, side of the car. So there's no imminent danger if you're to the side of the car, side of the car, side of the car. Come on. It's almost like you doth protest too much. It's like you're kind of understanding that if there were a guy in front of the car, there'd be a really good case that he was in danger. And Sam, my little beady-eyed friend, there was a guy in front of the car. So you highlighting the two guys to the side of the car, kind of cringe, kind of embarrassing, kind of an admission that you're afraid to mention that there was a guy in front of the car.
And this person drives away and they start to fire into the car.
This person drives away and they start to fire into the car. So he's implying that it's they, multiple people. It was one guy. He wasn't to the side. He was in front of the car. And we're going to talk about the fact that as he got clipped by the car, he was pushed to the side and continued to fire. We're going to talk about that in depth. But did you notice that he left out the relevant part here? The only thing that's relevant in the story, he left it out. So this would not be an international news story if there was a woman just blocking the road. It wouldn't be an international news story if a woman was told to get out of her car. It wouldn't be an international news story if a woman was driving away. This story is about a woman who ran into a man with an SUV. That man felt that his life was endangered, rightfully, and shot her. That is the story. That will be, if there is a trial, that would be what the trial is about. Now we have liars and propagandists and idiots and low IQ scumbags coming out here and lying to your face in the most dishonorable way imaginable, denying that she hit this man. Sam Cedar just denied there was a guy in front of the car. He wasn't in front of the car. I mean, it's just astonishing that this is the level that we're operating at.
All right, here is this video. We should just say, obviously,
Disturbing.
it's not graphic,
It's a murder.
but it's disturbing. So if you don't want to see this, don't see it. Here it is.
This is from Mass Nestoric of the Minnesota Reformer.
No! No! Shame! Shame!
Jeez.
Fucking God! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Murdered her.
Just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
And like, you know, no thought that this is a person behind a car, so I'm actually putting everyone around in danger, even if this was a justifiable use of my firearm, which it wasn't, and firing at just whatever direction. Who could have been behind that vehicle?
What? Okay, I gotta pause. He's criticizing the officer for defending his life, for firing his gun. Champ, he was pointing his gun at the woman. He hit the woman. She's dead. The driver of the car that was running into him, she died. So your criticism is just to anybody who's ever shot a gun? Hey, what if you missed your target and shot somebody in the back? Okay, so I guess no one should shoot a gun even if you're defending your life? But what if she killed somebody with her car? She did run it into someone. Where's your concern for that? That was the most ridiculous criticism I've ever heard in my life.
Can we just go back?
It's all right. This is what happens, and it just you could tell the woman in the SUV. That's that sort of like a maroonish SUV. These guys approach her from the pickup truck. They're mad because she's blocking half of the road. We already saw another vehicle go around her right there.
Okay, we're telling the story again. We're kind of with the video. So he again says she was blocking the road. Good, yes, that was what she was doing. Intentional agitator. Then she was told to get out of her car. Okay, here comes the really big part, Sam. Here's the whole part of the whole thing that you need to really nail. Let's hope you get it this time.
And they come up. And they come up and they yell, get the fuck out of the car, because they're going to drag her out of the car. Right there, that guy comes up, grabs the handle. She leaves. He is in no danger. And
She leaves. Okay, no mention of the intentionally driving her SUV into a human being, but okay.
she leaves. He is in no danger. And then you can see right there. All right, go back a frame. The ICE agent right behind, like in
front of the car?
draws the car before.
Don't mention the position he's in. Right. Okay, that would have been awkward, because if he were in front of the car, he'd obviously be in mortal peril, but okay.
Before she even moves, he's drawing his gun. You can see that right there.
Okay, that's a lie too. He pulls his gun after she moves. So when she's doing that 3-point turn and she puts the thing in drive, she looked directly at him, by the way, she started to accelerate. You can see it in slow motion. The car lurches forward and is going to rapidly accelerate. He then pulls his gun because he knows that he is in the direct path of this car. So it's a logical thing. It's like in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he takes the golden idol, looks up, sees a boulder. The boulder's moving at 2 miles an hour, but it is coming down a hill or a decline, about to roll down into the cave. And so Indy, being smart, being human, being aware of, a general idea of physics, he knew that that boulder was going to hit him. So he ran. Exactly what? Indy didn't shoot the boulder.
Next frame, go forward a little bit back, right there. And he fires as she's driving off.
Any mention of the fact that she hit him with the car?
As she's past him.
You missed that one part. You missed the one thing, Sam. The whole reason he felt the need to fire, you missed. Cowardly son of a bitch. He made a big song and dance about, they're to the side, they're to the side. And then he's like, well, then there's this one officer who you can't really see him. Yeah, you can't see him because he's in front of the car. That's why you couldn't see him. And she's driving off and she was shot. And there's something weird about that. Because why would you shoot someone who's just driving off? That seems weird. How evil is that? Exactly. The other people are evil. They're evil, super evil. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not what happened. And I know that your narrative would want to portray your enemies as super evil. I know that's sort of quintessential to your story building. Unfortunately, it's not true.
As she's past him.
As she's past him. As she passed. So, interesting. So he wasn't hit. He wasn't in front. She was already past him.
So he is completely safe. He is in no danger.
Okay, so now an adult male is telling you you're not in danger if you are literally being hit by an SUV. Okay, that's something he's trying to get over on you. This is the degree of absurdity that these morons have to go to duct tape together their worldview. He was in no danger even though an SUV was being accelerated directly into his body.
At that moment,
he chases the car to shoot
because
her.
were he in
He does not chase the car to shoot her. He shot 3 times right as his life was being put in danger and he was being hit by an SUV.
Were he in any danger while he was firing that weapon, her windshield would have been broken.
Exactly.
But
Oh my God, exactly. Oh, fuck. That's a great point, Sam. God damn it. He got us. Look, the proof is in the pudding. If he were in front of the car, and if he were in danger, he would have shot when he was in front of the car, which would have shot the windshield. God, the guy's so smart. Fuck. He's Ashkenazi, isn't he? Yeah. God, this Heeb has outsmarted me again. Fuck. Sam, it turns out he did shoot the windshield, indicating he was in front of the car, which is evidenced by all the videos. So he shot into the front windshield of the car. That was his initial moment of panic, brought about by the fact that she ran her SUV into this man.
he just fires right into her open window.
He moves.
No, he fired shot 2 and 3 in his adrenaline-fueled state of panic 1 second after having shot through the front window. So all totally understandable and justified. Happened very fast. You picked the wrong guy to run over that day. Okay, this is a guy who had been dragged by a car while performing his duties as a federal agent and was severely injured. This guy, he's got a quick trigger finger, not a big fan of being run over.
With the car to fire his gun. So she's driving. Look at him. He pursued her.
So they're just like talking to each other, trying to establish this lie. It's kind of like church. It's like, let's go to church and just reinforce each other's lie. Okay, well, this is not what happened, my friends, and it's incredibly awkward and embarrassing that this is how they presented it, but this is how they presented it.
We can probably all agree that getting run over by a car is certainly imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury. So
Hold on, are you saying getting run over or getting clipped by or getting hit by? Which one of those things represents imminent bodily damage? Or what did you say?
if that was a possibility, if that actually was the reality of what could occur, then there is a strong likelihood that the officer's actions here were lawfully justified. But for all of the people, the Jacob Freys of the world and everything like that are just coming to their own legal conclusion, might I remind them to check out what Minnesota law says. For example, Minnesota Statute 609.066 authorized use of deadly force by peace officers. Oh, there's a statute directly on point in Minnesota that talks about when peace officers may use lethal force? Yeah, there is, and here's what the statute says. A, notwithstanding the provisions of section 609.06 or 609.065, the use of deadly force by a peace officer in the line of duty is justified only if an objectively reasonable officer would believe, based on the totality of circumstances known to the officer at the time and without the benefit of hindsight, that such force is necessary, and necessary to do one of the following. 1, to protect the peace officer or another from death or great bodily harm, provided that the threat, 1, can be articulated with specificity, 2, is reasonably likely to occur absent action by the law enforcement officer, and 3, must be addressed through the use of deadly force without unreasonable delay. Which is a fancy legal way of saying you need to be able to articulate a very good reason and prove to us that you really did not have any other options.
So this is why we are faced with this awkward situation, because it's so easy and logical to understand that if a person is running you over with an SUV, you have the right to defend your life. Well, first of all, your life is in danger. If you are a police officer or an ICE agent trying to arrest someone and your life is in danger, you're probably going to take them out. All right, if you don't have a gun and you're not arresting someone, you could try to jump and dive and get away, but bare minimum, I mean, we all acknowledge your life is in danger. Okay, so whether you neutralize the threat by taking out the driver or leap or teleport, like the other guy said, to safety, it's undeniable that your life is in danger.
I'm national correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. The investigation into the ICE shooting in Minneapolis is taking a new turn as we learn more about the victim.
Federal sources say Renee Good, the woman shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis this week, was involved in a quote ICE watch group that trained members to interfere with ICE monitoring and sometimes attempting to interfere with President Trump's nationwide illegal immigration crackdown.
You have a woman who is trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation. I can believe that her death is a tragedy while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making and a tragedy of the far left who has marshaled an entire movement, a lunatic fringe against our law enforcement officers.
This picture of Good is in sharp contrast to those who knew her.
A neighbor who, is not a terrorist, not an extremist.
Fucking hell, what lesbian colony does she live in? Look at this androgynous lesbian woman. Again, a nose ring. I have never in my life met a person with a nose ring who was a serious, credible human being that wasn't a complete laughable farce of a lesbian. Or just like a stupid motherfucking human that deserves no respect. What in the hell, nose rings? Thank you. I should be thanking them.
That was just a mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse.
Yeah, she was a mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse, I agree. She also ran someone over with an SUV. But listen to this news broadcast.
Critics supportive of Good insist the ICE agent was not in any danger and wasn't justified in firing at her.
Give me a break.
I love how they just cut away right before the moment she runs him over. Jacob Fry, holy Christ.
No, he was not ran over. He walked out of there with a hop in his step.
A blatant and totally ridiculous lie. So, in other words, they have to extend their defense of this whole situation to this lie. He can't have been run over. Because obviously, if the guy's going to get run over, then he is in mortal peril, then he does have the right to defend himself. So you have the mayor of the stupid-ass city sitting here saying, no, he wasn't run over. So, again, if you walk away from it, that means you weren't hit by a car. If you can walk away, you're not hit. Okay, well, Donald Trump walked away after being grazed by a bullet. So I guess there was no lethal threat to his life. He walked away, so he was unhurt. And again, just to point out the obvious, the extent of physical damage you take has no bearing on the fact that a lethal threat was posed to your life. If a person points a gun at you, they don't even have to fire the gun. We're not going to assess the damage to your body as to whether or not there was a lethal threat to your life. So there didn't have to be a bullet fired, is my point. And in this case, the guy was clearly hit by the car. And it was lucky that he got out of the way of it. And he got out of the way of it because his body was hit by the car.
Legal systems widely recognize vehicles as potential deadly weapons, with investigators looking at speed, direction, and intent to determine whether deadly force is justified. In this incident, video from social media, including footage purportedly shot from the agent's phone, shows the SUV moving in the agent's direction before he fired.
Moving in his direction, hitting him, we have from multiple angles. Holy shit. I thought humans were better than this. Like, guys, what are you doing? You're dying on this hill. We see what happened. We're not fucking idiots here.
Investigators say all of these factors will be closely examined as part of the ongoing probe. The agent, identified as Jonathan Ross, was also previously dragged and injured last June during an attempted arrest, illustrating the risks the Trump administration says they face during operations.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Bitch.
Yeah, you might not have caught it. You might have to listen to it a couple times, but immediately after he murders that woman, he says, "effing bitch."
Yeah, she was a fucking bitch. What are you supposed to call someone who just tried to kill you and run you over with the car?
Which is not just, a nice little look into his frame of mind, who he is as a person, but also might be important if this ever actually goes to trial, because it says something about what his motivations actually were. He was enraged immediately following having killed her, not scared, not stunned, not apologetic, not, oh dear God, what just happened? He was enraged, and his first thought after shooting her multiple times in the head was to call her a bitch, which actually puts him in a similar ideological strike as many of his defenders, who also have taken this opportunity to expose their rank murderous misogyny following all of this.
Murderous misogyny. Now her gender has something to do with this, as if we wouldn't have the exact same opinion had it been a guy. Now, they do this with race, of course. If she had been black, we would be then racist for not siding with this homicidal lunatic who just ran their SUV over someone. No, her race, gender, none of it matters. Okay, so for this guy to try to tack on, she was a woman. Was it homophobic that we called her a fucking bitch? I would call anybody a fucking bitch who tries to run me over with an SUV.
In any event, the video shows a lot. It doesn't show everything. It doesn't show if he was actually contacted by the SUV.
Okay, so we're in the full denial. Full denial. Because if she was contacted, well, shit, then I guess everyone defending the ICE agent is totally right. You're totally right. So run and hide from that one, John Iotorola. Let's continue to pretend that this video isn't out there. Continue.
He just put his hand on it as he was dropping the phone. We don't know for sure.
Dropping the phone? Why do you think he dropped the phone, John?
But we do know that some people strangely thought that this was going to absolve him of what he did.
Absolutely absolves him.
Certainly that seems to have been his motivation in putting it out there. Although some believe it was less designed to make him seem innocent and more to make the woman that he shot and her partner seem liberal, so that people on the right wouldn't mind as much what happened.
It's just what was filmed, John. Yes, they're liberal. They're beyond liberal. They're totally insane. They did this intentionally. And the truth is what matters. And the truth is that she tried to run him over with an SUV.
In any event, this is what JD Vance said after posting that video. He says, watch this, as hard as it is. Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, which wasn't shown in that video.
John, what do you mean it wasn't shown in that video? She's looking directly at the camera. The guy is standing right in front of her car. She accelerates the car. That phone is then dropped. We go to black. What do you think happened there, John? There's other angles too. Again, an adult human being sitting here talking to your face like we're fucking idiots. Like, I don't understand this. Like, it's crazy. Now, it's funny because they're about to pivot to a secondary argument, which is if we can't get him on, okay, let's say he was hit by her. Let's say he was justified in taking the first shot. The first shot, he was in front of the car was coming into him, he got hit by the car. I'm saying he's a murderer because of shot 2 and 3. So this is a new argument that Cenk's gonna float out there. Let's see if it has any weight to it. like him.
Wasn't being harassed. She said, I'm not mad at you. And murdered an innocent woman, which it does in fact show. The reality is that his life was endangered and he fired in self-defense. And Jank, I want to go to you because one thing that I know you've been stressing in your coverage of this, I don't know if you've been seeing, but on Twitter, Ryan Grimm and JD Vance are having a back and forth. And Ryan Grimm pointed out, as you have pointed out multiple times, the first shot is through the windshield. The second and third shots, possibly the ones that actually killed her, were as he was standing on the side of the car, which notoriously cars they have a hard time traveling directly to the side. So he was in no danger, but he shot her anyway.
So now it's a concession. He was in danger for the first shot. We give you that. I'm criticizing you 0.5 seconds after the first shot. So you were in mortal peril, there's someone driving an SUV into you, and you're totally justified for taking that first shot. I get that. What you did 0.5 seconds later, you're a murderer. Totally unjustified. Now this is a pathetic ruse, but I'll let them spell it out and then we'll debunk it completely.
JD Vance is refusing to acknowledge that. He says, no, all the shots were from the front.
He didn't say that.
None were from the side. Don't believe your lying eyes.
No, one was from the front. And by the way, this is not what the majority report says, where they're like, nothing was from the front. He wasn't even in front of the car. Like they're way on because they're further to the left. So meaning their ability to lie about this is even more developed. They can lie bigger about this. These guys are saying shot 1 was from the front, but shot 2 and 3, not legit.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's the same guy who said, yeah, I know that immigrants in Ohio aren't eating cats and dogs, but I wanted to bring attention to the immigration story, so I lied about it. He's a giant liar. It doesn't matter, guys. Look, there's a couple of different camps here. The folks who are on the right that believe that he did the right thing, you almost can't reach them at all. And they might agree with us on, some of them might agree with us on other things, and a lot of them don't agree with us on a single thing, but you can't reach them because they look at the 2 shots from the side that are absolutely indisputable. It's on tape. You'd have to be blind, literally blind, not to see that he's shooting from the side.
Again, we don't have the autopsy to say which bullet shot and killed her. Having seen the windshield on the front and where it was and just the angles of it, I can't see how that didn't hit her. But maybe it didn't hit her in the head. Maybe it was one of the second or third shot that hit her in the head. It doesn't matter. All 3 shots are justified. And this is a disastrous attempt to pivot the conversation to, you're okay on the first shot, not on the second and third. That will never hold up in court. And we have long-standing precedent for things like this. It's a complete absurdity that you're gonna Monday morning quarterback shots 2 and 3 and say shot 1 is fine. Okay, if your life is in danger, you are allowed a grace period of, there's probably a legal precedent, I'm gonna say 5 seconds of defending your life. Now, he took 1 second, 1,000, 2,000, 2 seconds tops to fire those 3 shots off. If you are granting that his life was in mortal peril and he was justified to use force to neutralize the threat, you must grant him 2 seconds to do this, bare minimum. So getting 3 shots off doesn't matter if he had been hit by the car and the car was veering off to the right. It doesn't matter. His body had sent the signal to his brain to fight in that moment and defend his life, which you acknowledge is justified. And so squeezing the trigger once, twice, 3 times a lady is totally justified.
And murdering her at that point. And they go, no, he shot 3 times in the front.
No one's saying it's 1 in the front, 2 in the side.
Jake, there's 1 bullet hole in the windshield.
But
yes, you're not arguing with anybody.
That would seem to be like case closed.
Yeah, the case is closed because, yes, exactly, it is case closed. The shot in the windshield means he was in front of the car, means the car was hitting him, means he was justified in taking that shot and justified in taking all shots. Now, I take you to another police situation. Okay, so we have some sketchy ass dude. He's sitting there. It's sus as fuck. He's got nail polish on.
Just a second, listen.
This is crap, dude.
Dude, hang on. I'm late to the party here, right? I don't know what's going on, so I've got to find out from you. That's why I'm talking to you. There's 2 sides to every story. I'm going to give you an opportunity to chat with me so we can figure out what's going on. She's saying one thing. I want to talk to you to find out what your story is. Okay?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I'm treating you as well as I can, right?
Okay.
So I just asked the same thing of you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have ID with you, boss?
No, I don't.
Okay. Let me grab your name real quick so I know who I'm chatting with.
I can't give you that.
What do you mean you can't
I
give
don't
me
want to give you that.
Okay. Well, then that's not going to start a conversation very well, is it?
Well, I'm sorry.
Because I'm investigating a possible domestic. Okay.
Can we go over there and we can talk this
We
out?
will. We'll chat it out. But just so you know, I'm investigating a crime. Okay.
There's no crime.
Hang on. I'm trying to explain to you what's going on. She's claiming that you broke into her house, you forced your way, and you weren't supposed to be there. So what I'm looking at right now is a burglary.
I was just on the phone with her.
Let me finish. I'm looking at a potential burglary, and I don't know if there's an assault or something else has happened.
Nothing else
So the
happened.
reason that I'm asking you and asking for your name is a legal reason because I'm investigating a crime.
Okay, so he's tatted up. It's a whole long video. Let me get to the crux of it. They're going to arrest him, and he throws a little interference. I think he pulls a knife.
On the left arm, there's tattoos of love number 80.
I understand.
Tattoos on the chest. Do you need me to continue? There's multiple more.
Can you put that down for me?
No, that's he's not cooperative. I'm gonna cooperate.
Copy.
You told me you were going to get violent.
No, I'm not.
That's what you told me when you were sitting there.
No, I'm not.
That's what you said.
I'm not though.
Put that down, please.
You just asked me to pull her up.
I didn't ask you to pull it out. I was asking you what it was.
Okay, can my friend get my stuff?
Yes. Go ahead and stand up and turn around for me. You're under arrest right now. You
For
got a
what?
warrant. You have a warrant.
For what?
Stand up and turn around, or you can get tased. Put the phone down.
Okay, you got me. So he's been tased. Now, is this a justified shoot? Well, there is no shoot. He was just tased. Okay, so let's cuff him, right? Well, not right. He's about to present a lethal threat to these officers. Go ahead.
You okay? You okay? Roll on your stomach. Drop the knife. 5110 rededitional. He's got knife. Drop the knife. Roll away from it. Roll away from it. You're going to be shot.
224, you out?
Roll away from
Okay, he picked up the knife. They backed up. He is presenting a lethal threat. He is resisting arrest. It's in the context of him resisting arrest. So you have to factor that in. His intentionality here. Now what happens?
You're dead. Fuck you.
Oh, okay. Okie dokie. He said, fuck you. And he was about to get up. He wasn't even within range of them. I mean, now granted, within a second, he could have been within range of them and he could have been stabbing them to death. And they have every reason. This is why these cops didn't serve jail time for this. Every reason to feel that their lives were endangered by this man with this weapon. And they shot him. They shot him more than once. Now he picked up the knife. He's taking a lot of bullets. It looks like he's going to come at them again.
Stop it!
So which of those bullets are we going to criticize? After bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3, bullet 4, bullet 5? Which one was justified, which one wasn't? Are they supposed to stop after bullet 1 and reassess? Recalculate whether or not this man's posing a violent threat to them? No, that's not how the law works. That's not how self-defense works. Once a lethal threat has been posed to you, they will allow you to defend yourself in a reasonable way. And that is bare minimum 2 seconds of defense. Wait, are you suggesting a lethal threat allows 1 second of defense? Let's cut to this situation.
Place both hands above your head.
Here we go. Hey, impact him with the beanbag and assess for compliance.
Watch him.
You ready?
Yep, on you.
Fire beanbag.
Hey, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
Send the dog. Send the dog. Send the dog.
Let me see your hands.
Move it, move it.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Right there, fuss. Fuss. Get down on the ground.
Grab it again. Grab the dog.
Follow.
Again.
Fire beanbag.
Grab a shot. He's got the gun in hand. Drop the gun. Drop the gun or you're gonna get shot. Drop the gun or you're gonna get shot.
Okay, let's analyze. Do you think any of these cops went to jail? No, none of them. So you got a guy running away. He turns around. He has a weapon. It's actually a replica gun. Again, irrelevant that it's a replica gun. How could he shoot them? It was a replica gun. It wasn't going to do anything. He was walking away with a hop in his step, this officer. Okay, so he pulls the gun right here. He's turned around. This is go time. And what happens?
Drop the gun or you're gonna get shot. Drop the gun or you're gonna get shot.
Okay, 2 shots have been fired right there. The gun has been ejected from his hand, the replica. 2 shots have been fired. So wait a minute. I understand the first 2 shots being fired because he had a gun pointed at you, but then shouldn't you have stopped and then like assessed whether or not the gun was still there? Watch this after those first 2 shots.
Shots fired on orange, 52nd and orange.
At least like 12 more shots were fired. Okay, so they made sure that this guy wasn't going to kill them, and they were given a 3-second grace period to fire off 12 more shots. Let's watch it one more time. Do you think these officers went to jail? Do you think it's absurd to pause every split second and be like, was this shot justified? Was this shot justified? How about this shot? This is an unreasonable request of someone who is in the line of fire from someone posing a deadly threat to them. So he was lit the fuck up. It was completely and totally justified. And any pathetic excuse to be like, the ICE agent was justified for shot 1, not for shot 2 or 3, even though shot 2 and 3 came fractions of a second after shot 1. That is an absurd argument. It will not work. And it also verifies that you acknowledge he was in mortal peril and was justified in shot 1.
It's not, look, if you want, look, producers, find the video again, let's show it again. It's not in dispute. 1 in the front, 2 in the side. So, okay, you could say, hey, it's a split-second decision, and they're taught that if you shoot at anyone, you should make sure to murder them, okay?
No, you should make sure to neutralize the threat. And the threat is coming from the person, not the cop. It's coming from another person threatening their lives. So it's not murder at all. They use the word murder interchangeably with killing someone justifiably, which is, bullshit.
And I think that training is abysmal, horrific, inhumane, and I don't believe in that, etc. But don't tell me he shot 3 times in the front, because that means you're literally a lunatic.
Fucking retarded. Okay, so this guy, he could have made other choices. He shouldn't have walked in front of the car. He should have not made this situation even possible. It should have been stay to the side of the car. You understand she might try to flee. If she does flee, just catch her later. Don't endanger your life. Don't risk this sort of confrontation because it will cause the loss of life, either yours or hers. And it's not necessary. And it's not protocol. So this is just, it should be avoided. If there was a high-speed chase, do you think the highway patrol is trained to, hey guys, forget the spike strip. Let's get 5 cops to stand in the middle of the freeway and just get into a game of chicken with this guy in a high-speed chase. And if he comes at you, then shoot him. Maybe he'll hit you. Maybe you'll kill him. Maybe you'll kill people behind him. This is not what is ideal. This guy could have shot once. He could have determined in his moment of panic and rightful fear for his life, he could have decided 1 shot will do the trick. I'll trust my aim and my judgment. The first shot will do the trick, and I'll survive this. No, that's not a normal expectation. He's going to squeeze 3 rounds off. That was his choice in that moment. He could have squeezed 5 off. He could have not shot, not pulled for his gun, and just leapt to the side when he realized that she was going to gun it. He didn't choose any of these things. He chose something that was unfortunate, but also justified and legally completely justified. So this situation didn't end well. This is it's kind of a freak incident that the timing of it was he's walking in front of the car and then she guns it. And this is a guy who had been dragged by a car months prior. And he's like, oh no, this ain't happening again. I'm holding my ground. I'm defending myself right here and now. So there is no legal case here. There is no moral case here. The facts are the facts. Shot 2 and 3 doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that he's on the side of the car at that moment. Just like it doesn't matter in countless other police incidents. And this is for a reason, because once you pose a lethal threat to someone, someone is entitled to defend themselves in a thorough way. Thorough. They don't just get 1 shot, you don't just get 1 second. You get to neutralize the lethal threat coming at you. And the moral of the story, don't pose lethal threats to other people. Don't disobey police commands. The whole thing could have been ended like this.
Ma'am, step out of the car right now.
Okay. I'm sorry, officer. I'll get out of my car and follow lawful orders. Hands up, I'm out.
She chose not to do that, which is why we're sitting here now. But it doesn't stop this armada of people lying to your face about what happened, presenting absurd and ridiculous arguments as to how this guy was in the wrong. He wasn't. She was in the wrong. She is wrong. Their entire side are morally insane, horrendously stupid, self-delusional, lying bitches. Okay? That is the truth of the matter. I refuse to be gaslit by anybody on this. I am totally 100% right, and we will continue to watch and explore the fallout of this latest urban bullshit myth and lie about what we saw with our own eyes. Stay tuned, because the human fallout from this is nowhere near being done, and this will be a catalyst for future violence, as unfortunate and tragically stupid as that is. Talk to you later.